Hello there, my cuties. I am indeed wearing an espresso martini top, but I for sure as hell don't have a martini with me to match the vibe of the top because obviously. But I think I'm gonna match a lot of good vibes here with you guys today. What if the version of you that this world applauds, that this world is so proud of, and the world is so happy that you are who you are in front of them? Is slowly killing you and killing who you really are at your core and who you want to be in the future. Who taught you who to be, and did they ask you whether you actually want to be like that or whether this is really you? So, this episode is going to be all about recognizing and releasing those stupid identities, roles, and beliefs that we were taught and we inherited but never chose. There are so many people in this world, right? And every single person that you meet is gonna have some or the other expectation set on you, or standard set on you, or belief set on you. And honestly speaking, there are so many types of expectations, like family expectations, school and friends and students, just peers, people who you're not really close to but still expect some shit out of you. Like, okay, honestly speaking, I feel like we are so focused on how much and what all things people expect from us that we forget what we expect from ourselves. What do I expect if I want to think about who I will be 50 years down the line? Will I be a good person at heart? Will I help people as much as I can? Will I be working as a CEO? Will I be this? Will I be that? We think about career related stuff, but we don't think about our soul. We don't think about our mindset. We don't think about the intention behind being the person that we really aspire to be. For example, every single time somebody asks me who I want to be in the future, my first thought will not be what career or how I want to look while working. It will not be anything related to career or appearance or income. It will be, I want to be a good person at heart. I want to be kind. I want to make people believe that there are good people in the world even though they've met shittier ones. I want to make people believe in love, in kindness, in curiosity, in self growth, and I want to be that type of person who is not going to let you cross her boundaries twice, because I will cut you off the first time. And I want to be a good person, not just for others, but for myself as well. This will be my answer, not the fact that what I want to do in life about my career or about income or about anything else. But I really want to help people. I really want to be kind to others and to myself as well. So, when we talk about expectations in this world, why do we forget what we are expecting from ourselves? Because bloody hell, we are gonna be with ourselves at the longest phase of our life. This is not even a phase anymore. This is a forever journey with ourselves. We should always be there for ourselves. And for that, we need to set expectations from ourselves, and those expectations are the only ones you should really take seriously, not from the ones you get from society. Some examples of the expectations that people set on us can be: you have to look this particular way, you have to be in a good figure all the time, you have to have a good body shape. And they will also decide the body shape. Like, there are so many body shapes like almond, pearl, hourglass. Girly, you are already okay as you are. And you know what? People confuse the motivation to and the aspiration to improve their body shape with the expectations set by society and the people around them. If you're gonna get fit, you're gonna get fit for yourself. You're not gonna get fit just because people want you to be your healthy, fit version, or just because they envision you like that. Okay, you're gonna get fit for yourself, you're gonna work out for yourself. You are gonna decide what kind of workout you wanna do. People are not gonna tell you go to the gym, why you so lazy, why you sitting at home all the time. I wanna sit at home all the time. I am lazy. What you gonna do about it? No, I'm not asking you to be like that. I want you to be the kind of person who's working out and who is feeling like it and who's feeling healthy, not just because people are thinking that you should be in a good shape or expecting that you should be in a good shape, but because you genuinely want yourself to be in a good shape. Because trust me, motivation comes and goes, is the discipline and the intention that stays with the goal. So if you have set a goal for yourself, do it because you want to, do it because you have a reason to, and you desire it and you dream of achieving it, and not because people set an expectation of it. Because you will never achieve your goals like that, because that is short term motivation and it is unhealthy. Long term discipline and intention will take you where you want to be. And it's not just about beauty or body. At this point, people have got so open and free on setting expectations on you, to the point where they will even expect you to be in front of them in a certain way, behave in a certain way, talk in a certain way, walk in a certain way. Like, hello, I'm living my life, not yours. Who are you to tell me how I'm supposed to behave in front of you? Like, if you know that you're a good person at heart, if you know that you're kind, if you know that you are not a person who wishes bad on others, you don't have to listen to what they're saying. You don't have to listen to their opinions, because when we are conditioned to think like we have particular roles in life for particular people in our life, we are so confused with who we really are, with our personality, and who we really want to be. Don't confuse your personality for people who have no experience of living your life, because you're living your life and you're thinking what you're thinking and you're experiencing what you're experiencing, not them. So if you feel like right now you cannot work out, you cannot move your body much because you're very tired, or maybe you feel like you're in a rut, it's okay if other people who want to talk shit on you are talking shit on you, because that's what they're gonna do. They don't have a life of themselves to focus on, which is why they're focusing so much on you. So please don't confuse who you really are. Don't confuse whether you wanna be somebody or a particular personality for a particular person, because just be who you are and let them love you like that. Let them be there for you like that, because you are amazing and you want to be a better version of yourself, which is why you're listening to me right now, instead of doom scrolling like them, or eating junk like them, or hanging out continuously with bad people. You actually care about yourself, you want to improve yourself, which is why you're listening to me. Also, I think nobody really talks about how unsafe and uncomfortable it feels when people start to expect so much from you, to the point where you don't really feel like yourself anymore, and you don't really feel like who you really want to be. And instead you just start focusing so much on what they expect out of you and what they want you to be and who they want you to be, that we just start feeling unsafe and we start feeling unfamiliar with ourselves. Like, okay, this person has this strict restriction on me that if I do this for them, they're gonna, love me more and they're gonna validate me. And then you start losing yourself. And then you're like, where am I? Who am I? I don't know who I am anymore and who I wanna be anymore. That's why I'm telling you not to follow what people or who people want you to be. You decide who you want to be. It's as simple as that. Also, people don't talk about the fact that there are people who really want the best for you, and that's why they want you to change and be a better person, but they don't expect that you completely change yourself or you lose who you are at the core. But they want you to change that one quality of you so that you can be a better person. Like, suppose the inner circle that you have, you trust them, which is why they're your inner circle. If they tell you that, okay, Naisha, I feel like this is one thing that you need to improve on or you need to work on, and I feel like it will be very good for you, that is different. And then jealous people or insecure people or society randomly trying to condition your mind into thinking that you are not worthy of being a person or being a good person because you failed at this, That is another thing. I am not telling you to confuse these two, because there are people who are gonna wish the best for you, and then there are people who are gonna try to take you down by pointing out your insecurities, or by pointing out the so-called flaws that they see in you. But trust me, darling, if you think that you are a worthy person and you love yourself unconditionally, nobody can try to take you down. Nobody will have that in their mind, like, okay, if I try, then she's gonna go down. She's just gonna beg for my friendship. She's gonna, come and apologize and start pretending or start being the person I want her to be. That's not the kind of friendship or any sort of relationship you're looking for in your life. You are looking for people who will love you regardless of who you want to be, regardless of who you are. Even if you're messy, sometimes you're just not feeling very happy, sometimes you're feeling like you're in a rut, sometimes you're feeling like you're lost. That's okay. Those people will help you. But the people who set unrealistic beauty or body or any sort of behavior expectations on you, they are not going to help you become the best version of yourself. I read this somewhere. Many of us are so good at becoming somebody for someone else, and we make them feel so comfortable to the point where we forget that we have to make ourselves feel alive and comfortable as well. Let's go on to the signs that will help you realize or recognize that you're being a particular person just because somebody else set that expectation from yourself. Basically, signs that you're living a learned identity. The first one is that you're constantly second guessing your decisions. You cannot take a decision by yourself. And even if you did, you're constantly thinking, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right decision? Am I supposed to do this? Am I okay with myself after making this decision? Questions like that are gonna roam in your head. The second is that you constantly feel like you're exhausted, or you're pretending, or you're acting in front of other people when you're surrounded by the people who expect out of you, or who set a particular expectation from yourself, that if you're not like this, we don't want to be your friend or something. So that's the second sign that you are feeling really really drained, and you feel like you're pretending in front of those people. The third is not knowing your true intentions and desires. You feel like, I'm doing this, but why am I doing this? What is the intention behind it? What do I truly desire out of this? What do I truly want out of this? You don't know shit about that. You're just doing something because somebody told you to. That is your third sign. And the fourth sign, which I feel like kind of is underrated, is the fact that you feel like you need to make people feel alive, and you need to be something for them instead of being who you really are. Basically, choosing to be all fake and being an expected version of yourself instead of being your authentic version. All right, now that we've discussed so many important things related to this topic, I feel like now we need to come to the section of this episode where we truly learn how to identify, let go, and realize, and just discover who we really want to be instead of the expectations that people set on yourself. Basically, learning how to unlearn a learned identity. May sound complicated, but trust me, it is not. The first thing that you can do is, every single time you want to do something, or you think of doing something, or you think of making a decision, just step back and notice your role in the situation. Notice what you actually are doing and what you actually should be doing. Those will really help you redefine every single thing that you've thought about the situation, because there are people who are going to come and tell you, you know what, this has happened and I feel like you should do this to fix it. So before you just blindly do whatever they told you to fix the situation, ask yourself, am I playing a role while fixing this situation, or am I just really being my true authentic self while fixing this situation? The second is questioning yourself that, do I really want to do this? Is this what my true authentic self will do in this situation? Will this decision benefit me? Am I taking this decision by my mind, or am I just making this decision because my best friend told me to or because people told me to? And after you've asked all of these questions to yourself, release what is not for you. Release the expectation, release the desire that people had, the vision that people held for you, the expectation that they had of you doing a particular thing for them. Just release all of that. Let go of all of that. You are not who they want you to be. You are who you want yourself to be. And after recognizing, realizing, and letting go of all of these things, I want you to explore your true values, your true core values that you will always stand by, that people can't redefine for you, that people can't tell you to change, that people have no right or no power to change that about you. I want you to explore your values. I want you to explore your true desires instead of just listening blindly and following blindly as to the people around you. And also, people are going to try and take you down in this entire process. They're going to try and come remind you of who you were before, how you used to make your decisions, how you used to be in particular situations. Girly, you need to tell them, I'm not going to stay stagnant my entire life. I'm not going to be the same person I was in the past, because you are not the product of your past. You're the author of who you become in the future. This is another quote that I saw somewhere. I don't remember where, but it was so nice and it stuck with me till date. And honestly speaking, people really do all of these things that I'm telling you in this episode. People really do try and come and remind you of who you were before, so that you feel like, oh, I've made such shitty mistakes in my past. I can't be a good person anymore. I can't change. I can't do anything for myself anymore. But that's not true, because you can decide when you want to change. You can decide who you want to be like. You can decide who you aspire to be. Who you can decide anything at any given point, and nobody can put you on a timer. Also, just a last closing message that I really want to give is that the you that was taught to fit in will never feel whole, but the you that breaks free from those expectations, that's where your peace will really begin. I hope that you take some action right after listening to this episode. For example, it can be a very small step. You don't have to make a grand entry to this journey. You just have to ask a small thing to yourself after this episode. Maybe out of the questions that I gave you, or search on Pinterest for some journal prompts regarding this topic, so that you can really go deep into yourself and into your head and identify what is going wrong and what is going right, and what serves you and what doesn't. And yeah, I feel like you really need to take action, and instead of just seeing and listening to me, you need to really do what you feel like doing for yourself. And you are special. You are very appreciated, at least by me, if not the people who surround you. So please feel free to feel proud of yourself. Don't feel like you have to suffocate into somebody's expectations. You don't have to be anything for goddamn anybody. Just be yourself and let them meet you there. Let them love you there. Let them accept you there. And on that note, I feel like we've gone really deep into this topic. So, in the end, just be yourself, be who you want to be, look how you want to look, dress how you want to dress, and let nobody tell you how to do anything, regardless and otherwise. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you guys like this episode and take action, because listening to me is not enough, but taking action is. And that's what is really going to change everything for you. So, yeah, I love you. I'm proud of you. And I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself, be proud of yourself, and never stop loving yourself. Mwah. Bye.